Didn't see you there. Okay. Starting off with an awful joke. Amazing. But, anyways, welcome. Welcome to my podcast, the first and maybe the last episode of my podcast, the Bass Solo Podcast. I'll be your host, Severi, and welcome really. Is a weird thought to be here doing this podcast in my studio, I guess you could call it. We'll have to see. But anyways, yeah, if you're wondering what are we doing here, well, I was thinking that on this podcast that I hope will be a regular thing during the coming year 2021, I'll be playing the bass, talking about playing the bass, and how I play the bass, I guess. I mean, I was thinking this would be a chill podcast of me just vibing, talking about the things I have going on in my pretty bass-filled life, talking about bass playing, bass teaching, studying bass, gear stuff, mainly bass stuff there, probably from time to time, other hobbies if I really have any. And now that the new year started and I started also making videos on my YouTube channel, I also might talk about those. Who knows? You can find my channel as Severi Lehtimäki. We'll see if I changed those. There's probably a lot of changes gonna be happening in these first episodes, but I'll be telling all about it here. Maybe, probably, kinda, possibly. I have no idea. But yeah, so who am I? My name is Severi Lehtimäki, the same as my channel name. I am I guess a semi-professional gigging bassist. Well, not gigging because of Corona, but anyways, bassist here in Finland. Also studying bass teaching as my main subject in university here. So I do enjoy teaching and plan on doing teaching, and would like to do private lessons over Skype or on real life. I don't know, wherever I can find students as my main job in the future. But also just like playing bass, and now getting into all this content creation stuff. Tried a couple of small covers on my channel already. So yeah, on this podcast itself, I'm gonna be, as I said, gonna be trying to do a little bit of playing, talking about what I like to play, how I like to rehearse, probably mostly. Sometimes it's gonna be more boring technique and scales type of stuff, and other times, like I think today is gonna be more like a jamming session going on. We're really gonna have to see. I started with an kind of a jam. I had the idea for today, been doing a lot of these kind of percussive chordal double triple stop, but still kind of bass-liney things recently. Also very soloistic, like as you can find in my YouTube channel, very cutesy jazz covers trying to imitate a nice jazz guitar, but with a 6-string bass instead. So yeah, that's my jam. That's what I usually try to vibe on about. Really don't know where I should be going with this podcast right now. Kind of a lot of things going on. I wanted to try this New Year's, you could probably say, kinda New Year's, that I wanted to try making YouTube videos. So both camera stuff have been experimenting a lot with those. As you can see by the quality of my videos, have been getting, I think, better, even as I have only 2. Trying not to sound too professional here, because I have made like 2 videos, have like 70 people have watched my YouTube channel, so like not the most popular music guy ever, but anyways. So yeah, you're gonna probably, if you're listening to this, you're gonna, at least on YouTube, you're probably gonna see my new intro that I actually made just today. Got the inspiration for it to be this tiny thing based on these chords. I don't know where I got the idea from. Like, for these chords, they're not anything, this chord progression. It's not like anything really amazing. I think it's on the Snarky Puppy Family Values album, I think. Gonna be, I think so. It's not a Snarky Puppy song, but I think it's Sing to the Moon, has something like this. So it's based on like I played it from B minor. Those. Something like that. I think it was something like that. Just a short thing, so you can see, well, as a video you can see my instruments and maybe a title at some point, maybe the title of the show that's gonna be happening there or something like that. A tiny little thing like that. I thought it was at least cutesy while I'm trying to learn some editing skills for the video part. It has something like that, and just trying to learn to improvise and do music and releasing those. Never really done anything like that. There's very few recordings of me on the internet, but trying to this year really just challenge myself to make content, any kind of content, and to be happy with the results in any way they happen. So like, if someone thinks my playing is trash, it probably is trash most of the time, and this podcast is nonsensical and going nowhere probably, and but I'll just have to see what happens, if how much people vibe with these things. Well, obviously taking to the fact that I have 2 subscribers, I'm not really expecting anyone to care, but if someone cares at some point, that might be pretty dope. Yeah, and as I did the little jam in the beginning, being for the from last autumn when the new school year started, I really wanted to try to learn in some way actually do some work to learn the a four-finger technique in the style of Matt Garrison, and in a way taking it more to the groovy three-finger approach of Damien Erskine, stuff like that. So it's been like half a year of actually working on this technique, good half a year with almost no gigs, just sitting in this room and trying, and there's some advancements going on. That's already something interesting. I'm gonna see where that takes me. So sloppy, but yeah, been really vibing finding as the first jam was more like it, that kind of a percussive thing going on with four fingers, meaning on my right, on my plucking hand. So I'm been learning to having my thumb pointing, middle and ring finger going in that one sequence after one another in anything I play, but also being able to really freely use them on maybe all the strings, almost all the strings, I don't know. And just being able to be free with my technique and trying to find new interesting ways to do bass with this technique. Bass, obviously, this has been something that I've been working on for a couple of years now, in the back of my mind at least, and I for many years been really into bassists that you do solo stuff, looping stuff, and chordal stuff. Like, all that is just gold, absolute gold for me. Really love the style of these solo bass players and band leaders and stuff like that, and been really trying to find my own way of playing. so sloppy. Just started thinking about I was thinking about, could I make an exercise out of? I've been playing a lot of these thumb playing the bass note and then giving it that over an octave high third or a 10th note for it, either minor, major, or just a 9. And as you heard in the beginning and just right now, having jams with those, just the tenths, sometimes octaves, and moving the line that way. But also, could I just make it an exercise like here in G major? Kinda can play that thing. Yeah. Oof. Where was I going with that? No idea. Absolutely no idea. But anyways, I hope this podcast gives somebody who listens a chance to hear a studying musician trying to make it in this business, talking at least to some extent about his ideas and things going on in his studying but also working life, and also kind of trying to make some part of this, obviously what I do, be in the internet, like if this works out, obviously getting even some kind of monetary thing out of like internet would be awesome. Not just doing lessons, not just playing gigs, but also like I think I would enjoy doing at least some of this YouTube stuff. And but honestly, I'm trying to just here blabber on my own podcasts, because I think it might be fun, and maybe at some point I'll get other people come and visit on this podcast, and we'll jam and we'll talk. I hope a lot of those things might happen first. Just this point, trying to look really far into the future. If people listening understand what I mean, like trying to find new things to do for work in the at least some point in the future, have some job doing this, just meaning that I wanna find new ways to do music in the future. So that's why I'm trying all of this. So I'm not only after the money, but who doesn't want to get at least some money going on. But yeah, the podcast won't at this point probably be in a video format. Obviously it might be beneficial if I actually get listeners or viewers to wanna see my maybe what I do here when I'm playing. Obviously you can only listen my jams. You might wanna see how I'm doing my technique and stuff like that. Maybe, I guess, I hope. But at this point, this is only a podcast, so I can concentrate on trying to learn camera work on just the one machine, and shorter cover videos and maybe stuff like that. I don't know what I wanna do, but right now probably this isn't very interesting to look as a video. I'm just sitting here on my computer, and when I don't know what to say to the mic, I just jam. yeah, that was a groove, maybe. Don't really know. Yeah, trying to. I been really trying to wake up on the fact that it's probably really good for a bassist to try and play groovy stuff, whatever your preferred style may be. You might wanna still try to find it in a groove context. And I been trying to, now that the new year started, been trying to change all of this into also a groove technique. It would be awesome to be able to on the bass do like Charlie Hunter type of stuff, like he does on the guitar bass that he has. But yeah, maybe not so chordal, but that kind of a really good funky groove style with a couple of harmonic double stop, maybe triple stop kind of notes here and there in a good groove meaning. And then after I find that, probably trying to make songs that would that could have that style. And I've been trying to think about ways to that, what kind of a band composition needs a bassist that could do a style like that. So like obviously no need for a guitarist probably in the band, probably not a pianist, but a keyboardist. You can always tell those to just play one note at a time, just play like melodic, so like maybe just bouncing around ideas, not really going with those and going anywhere with those right now, just trying to vibe with the things. But yeah, it would be interesting to make some funkier music, maybe some jazz with playing the bass more like this, and then having a probably drummer and some kind of a lead line player, saxophone, freaking oboe, bagpipes. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe, I don't know if that's this year's thing, but maybe you'll hear about it someday. Don't really know. Seems like I'm really vibing these double octaves going on. That's really cool. Really harmonic playing going on. Severi, good job. Yeah, but and really, I don't know if anyone's interested, but I am planning to bring a looper and try to do jams with that at some point in this podcast. I think it would be great to do this. Well, try to do full songs in this podcast in the future. It's right now broken. Need to find a new the button for it. That's probably gonna be kind of annoying. Not the best solderer in the world, but maybe I'll fix it. Maybe I'll just buy a new one. It was a Ditto, the most basic one of those. Maybe I'll get a double that, or I don't know, something like that. It would really help my playing to get this stuff into a grid, jam this with a rhythm. I do have drumming apps and maybe even making beats to jam to on this. We'll have to see. Maybe not today. I've almost talked about this stuff for half an hour, so maybe I won't bring it in right now. But yeah. Yeah. Didn't really nail it yet. This is an exercise I've been doing a little bit. It's hard to remember, but I think it's good for my fingers. As an exercise, it's just playing the right now that was in C, all the C major modes in like climbing the first mode up from the lowest C to the highest D in the same position on the neck, and then going to the D and then coming back down to the lowest string on like the next position, but playing the next mode and rising through the neck, playing pretty much all the positions and from the lowest to the highest string and all the modes. And it also has the other side where you then come when you go through the neck again, and then you go the C Ionian starts from the highest string and then comes back down, so you kind of get and it's in thirds the whole thing. That's why it's I think it's a pretty good exercise. I'm gonna do a couple of runs of it. Didn't really do it today yet, so the listener is gonna have to vibe with me here. Got it. Awesome. Really gotta remember to breathe during that. Really, it's so easy for me to just be thinking about the notes that I'm playing and not breathing, which is pretty important too. Well, not exactly music, but living, and that's kind of connected to the music or something. I don't know. We'll see, and I'll try to do the other variation where I start from the highest string on the lowest position with the C mode. Yeah, I gotta remind you, listener, that it is 8 p.m. Right now, so my mind might be going a little mush by this point. I have been luckily had a day where I could rehearse throughout the day and also do, as I mentioned, I have done some content creation and stuff like that, so I might be a little mush right now. Really sorry about that. Rough and awful, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get those fingers moving. Yeah. So it's been like, I don't know, 40 minutes right now. Probably gonna try to end it right now. Really don't know what to talk about. Or I guess I could just open up about my life and talk about anything, but then again, nah. Maybe I'll just stop it right here and we'll see what happens in the next episode. If I ever release this, we'll have to see. I kinda sound checked this obviously before, but then again, this might be just way off and you can't hear a dang thing I'm saying. You probably hear the bass, but a dang thing from what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm gonna be seeing what I can do with this podcast right now. And I guess I hope you see this. I guess I hope you like it. Leave it a like. You'll find it. I'm planning on YouTube, then Spotify, and maybe like, I don't know, SoundCloud, maybe, or something like that. If you're listening to this and enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, or whatever, follow or something. And I guess I'll be seeing you all in next week, 2 weeks. No idea. I hope someone's here on the next time too. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Severi signing off.